What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the What If podcast. Today it's we're gonna talk about mainly about mental health. So just a disclaimer: if you are more so sensitive about these topics, this might not be the podcast for you. And today it's your host is me, Ethan, and
I'm Ian.
and I don't think we told you guys already, but we are doing podcasts 2 days a week now. We're gonna be posting every Monday and Friday.
Yep.
And if you didn't catch last podcast, it was about technology. And
Yeah.
what if that doesn't exist?
Oh man. Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
was, yeah, I liked last week's, so
Yeah, me too. And we got to
pretty
have
good.
a couple good discussions about Apple and Android and Xbox and PlayStation as well. So
Yeah, definitely some disagreements about Apple and Android, but other than that,
oh
pretty
yeah.
much same page. But yeah, so today is what if mental health didn't exist?
All right.
So
Well, let's hear what you got to think about that. I mean, I'm really curious to what you think.
yeah, um, it's hard for me because like for you, if you guys don't know, I since a young age I've been diagnosed with a couple things actually. Probably it's chronic depression, minor bipolar, and social anxiety. So it's obviously a hard day-to-day like lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know any other life besides that. So I like obviously I hate going through I guess the mental pain that it brings, and like obviously I don't wish it upon anybody else.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd be the person I am today without it. Like, um, I've definitely, at least people have told me I've matured past my age.
Oh, that dude, that
Like,
is so true though.
yeah, like, yeah, I hear it a lot from a bunch of different people.
Hey, good.
And, yeah, yeah, and I, honestly, I have my mental health thanks to that, if I'm being honest. Like, because I've been through some tough things in my past. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I get
uh,
that. Like my
yeah, what's your take on it?
well, my problems are like depression, not chronic, just depression and ADD,
Yeah,
and like I've been dealing with that stuff since like my childhood, and like you're right, without it, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and like it took some bumps and some stuff to get here, but I mean, and we're still going through bumps. We're still
yeah,
young, and that's how it's gonna be, man. But like really it makes our life hard so it could get a little bit better when we're ready. And
yeah, for sure.
like not everyone's going to view it like that. Um just cuz like they hear mental health and they're like, "Ooh, these guys are schizophrenic or these guys are just whack jobs." It's like,
Yeah,
"No, no. That's part of the mental health spectrum, but
yeah,
like
that's not all of it, for sure.
I think um the leading diagnosis in the mental health spectrum, I think, is depression. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
just because it's like so common, and like it's not something that just pops out of, well, yeah, I guess it can pop out of nowhere, like, and just hit you one day.
Yeah,
But a lot of
it
the
it really
time,
did for me.
yeah, and but a lot of the time it runs in family genes.
Yeah,
So, but like for me though, like that's what it runs through. That's how I got it, family genes. So, um, one of my siblings really shows it, my other not so much. Um, but yeah, man, it's a difficult thing to push through every day. But like
yeah.
if you look on the bright side, it makes it a lot more easy. So that's my take on it.
It makes it easy to extent. Like, I wouldn't say every mental illness makes every situation easier, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, only because with my social anxiety, I can't go out, like, give a giant speech right away. Like, I have to mentally prepare for, like, days. And then even then, it's still not perfect.
Yeah.
Like, but, yeah, overall, I don't think, uh, like, sad to say, I think mental illnesses, like, I can't, like I was basically repeating myself, I can't see life without it. Because even through, like, other people's mental illnesses, like, 'cause that's what makes them them. So, and I wouldn't want to change a whole thing about them if that's who they really are. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that does make
Alright.
sense.
But, yeah, how do you remember, like, when depression or, did you say ADHD?
ADD.
ADD? Yeah, when did those things really hit you?
So the ADD came in, oh man, or not the ADD, the depression came in. I started feeling it more so when I was in around fourth grade. And then in fifth grade, it started getting worse. So I started seeing a counselor. Um, we ended up having to drop that though. So I wasn't getting like any counseling over the summer leading from fifth grade into
Uh,
sixth grade. So, I mean, um, part of my depression was like stress from school, which it's weird because it's like fifth grade, but like it at the same time, it's like small things would bug me, or the smallest thing would give me like that little tick and just drop me down the hole. And like
yeah,
I feel like the worst phase of your depression is when it first starts because you don't know what's happening and you don't have
yeah,
a diagnosis and you don't know like
yeah, that is
anything that's going on.
one of the worst stages ever.
It's scary. It really is because you're feeling like crap and you don't know why because nothing bad has happened. Um, but
Uh,
so in sixth grade, new school, we're in middle school. Well, I was in middle school.
yeah,
Um, but in sixth grade, the school had counselors, and they were more so like counselors you would go to tweak with your schedule or figure
yeah,
some grade stuff out. But my counselor was actually really cool. I really liked him because he actually took in kids and was like, "Okay, let's talk about it." And dude, I remember sitting in his office like once or twice a week. Um,
yeah. I
depending on
remember
the
doing that too in middle school.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the day, I was bawling my eyes out, but like it was a
Yeah,
difficult time, and then, but man, freshman year hit, and you know what happened there. I don't really want to talk about it on here. Just
yeah,
And then it progressively got worse, like throughout my sophomore and junior year. Just
Yeah.
a lot of uh, people were lost over the past years. But I want to say it was my junior year, near the end of my junior year, where I really started picking it back up again, and like dropping other things.
Yeah.
Sorry, um, dropping like crappy friends, and like I picked up a couple crappy friends since, but I've dropped them too. But like I I
Yeah.
I still feel it now, but like it's not something that bothers me as much as it did in the past. And like the same with the ADD. It's very small. ADD didn't really come into play until 6th, 7th grade. So, started on medication, but I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, when were your diagnoses?
Um, Mine was around 6th grade as well. I know. Oh, so same here with the whole. It runs in the family. Like, I don't know about you, but it runs in both sides of the family pretty bad for me.
Yep, that's what it is for me too.
Like, it sucks too, because like I don't know a single person on my mom's side at least that doesn't go through it. Like, but yeah. So 6th grade, it's another topic I want to get into on this podcast too. But what social media, what the effects have on it,
Oh,
on your mental illness.
yeah,
Because do you remember what I'm talking about?
you're talking about Kick?
No, not Kick. Yeah, like I had no idea how to deal with my mental illness at the time because I had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
And I started posting on Instagram stuff
Uh-huh.
I probably shouldn't have.
I remember that.
Yeah, like, and like, it was definitely one of the worst experiences. I wouldn't say the worst, but one of the worst. And like, it got to the point where I, like, even counselors at that school had to go to like each classroom and give a speech about Instagram, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, um, but yeah, throughout the years, it's slowly been getting worse for sure. Like, I don't. Social anxiety has always. Well, no, it probably hit more. Probably around my freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
High school.
yeah. Yeah, because maybe a little in 7th grade too. Because for me at least, I lived in Boise for a while until 6th grade, which 6th grade out there is still elementary school.
Yeah.
And then I came here to Meridian, and that's jumping right into middle school. So the middle, uh, as I guess, grade for middle school, and I was expected to know everything and how to, like, what the school layout and like how to use lockers and everything, which that was tough for me. So I like jumping from it's probably like 600 student school to like 2,400 person school. It's a
Yeah.
giant difference.
What school was it that you started out at for your middle?
I started out I started out at Meridian Middle School,
That's right. And then from
and
there you
then
went to Crossroads, right?
yeah, which Crossroads is a very small school, like probably 30. Yeah, I'd say about 30 people per grade. It's around 90, I want to say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little higher, maybe like 50 per grade. But
Yeah.
then after that, I went to Meridian High School, which there was another jump, which it was rough only because there's people that I clicked with pretty hard over at Crossroads, and then I hated it there. Like I would say, like it was, I guess, all right for the most part. Like definitely glad I went there for the little bit of experience. So I got to do things there that I couldn't at Britain Academy, which was the school I ended up going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, but there, and then eventually I went back to Merton Academy after the middle of sophomore year,
Yeah.
and like, it sucks too because do you know when like you envision something and you hope it goes really well, and
Oh,
then it's like the complete opposite?
yeah.
I hate that. Like, I thought going back into Merton Academy, everything would have just like clicked with everybody I used to hang out with back at Crossroads. Because everybody that went to Crossroads mainly went to Merton Academy. But
Yeah.
now it's basically like we're starting for the most part. Like no one there, I guess, really gave enough. Like, but yeah, that's my story for the most part. Like,
Yeah. Not only that, like you graduated early, man.
yeah, so
You were able to
I
get
think,
that done.
yeah, I think, uh, yeah, my mental illness is weird because I think there's something else that I'm not exactly sure what yet, but my ethic can be like crazy if I really give my all into it. Like,
Yeah. I've
um,
seen it
but
happen.
yeah, but it has to be something I'm really like interested in too. But like, yeah, you're saying, um, how I graduated early, so uh. Just a little backstory real quick. So my Emerald Academy is a school where it's mainly all online, and he still go to school and all that, but you all are assigned a computer and everything, and you're supposed to do your work on there 24/7. But yeah. So originally I wasn't even supposed to graduate this year because I had 16 credits that I needed, and I needed to do it was like four per quarter, which my past I haven't been hitting four per quarter, but I don't know what happened this year. But I decided to kick it in like very high gear, and I graduated within like the first, I want to say 3 months, 3 or 4 months,
Yeah.
which
Around
is
there.
crazy. I graduated sometime in December. Oh yeah, it's right before the Christmas break.
Yeah. I
That's when I
imagine.
graduated.
That's right.
I it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude,
Like
I barely freaking made it. I was
yeah,
I was doing work the day before all my work was supposed to be done. Like I had just started this work, but I got it done, man. Like
Yeah.
I worked all day for I don't know, like a month. I would work all day pretty much every single day, and then
Yeah.
literally weekends I'd just come hang out with you and we'd, just like hang out or
Yeah.
whatever. But
I remember that.
man, miss those
Crazy.
days. But yeah, man, like I wasn't supposed to make it either. I was supposed to either repeat my grade or go back to summer school. And
Yeah.
in my head, I was like, okay, I've been to summer school 3 times already. Um,
Yeah.
if I go, I'm just gonna take off and not pay attention like I did the other 2 times. So I need to get this done now so I can graduate. So, yeah, long story short, I graduated. But,
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, um, yeah, it's all weird too. Like, I'm not a giant fan of, like, obviously going through the mental illnesses, but at the end of the day, I think the mental illnesses, like, for the things of my past that I've overcame, I guess.
yeah,
Like,
I
but,
mean,
yeah, what
yeah.
were we gonna say?
I was gonna get into music artists because I do know a lot of music artists that have mental illness and they don't brush it away. They kind of like embrace it. And
Yeah,
I really respect that. Like, I know James Arthur, Lady Gaga, Kanye West, big time right now. Like, he had a big
yeah,
breakdown, but let me see, Kid Cudi, Bruce Springsteen, like Lionel Richie, a lot of people, and
yeah,
um, it's difficult to embrace something that's so difficult.
yeah, for
Really.
sure. I think social media has a giant impact on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think nowadays, as kids are getting older, there's going to be a lot more like spikes in depression, and then um, especially social anxiety too,
Yeah.
because they're not getting out that much. They rather be on their phone, scrolling through Instagram or scrolling through Facebook
My kids
than
sit
go
on their phone
outside.
all day, man. If my kids sit on their phone all day, I'm throwing them outside with a lawnmower. They could do chores.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
But like
yeah,
really, yeah, I mean I get what you're saying. They're not gonna do anything.
yeah. It's like it's hard too, because I feel like it's only going to get worse in the future.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think like well, I obviously have no clue what the future I guess it holds for us, but like normally I'd agree with you with just sending my kids outside to like play and do chores and all that. But it's gonna be hard when my kids are the only ones on the street doing that.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
I highly doubt there's gonna be more kids playing outside than there is today. And today I feel like there's barely any compared to when our parents were growing up.
Yeah. And I mean, I used to play outside all the time, but growing up, I never really had video games, and if we did, we could only play 30 minutes a day. Like,
Yeah,
really, we would only play 30 minutes a day unless we either read or went and played outside. But when we went and played outside during those times, it wasn't to get time, it was because we wanted to play outside. And like, since then, it's just a lot of people are not caring. They're just like, oh, well, you
Yeah.
want to play video games all day, go for it. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about guys like us that are like new graduates and like just trying to figure stuff out. I'm talking
Yeah, for sure.
like could be my 9-year-old brother or my 12-year-old sister.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
for sure.
it's ridiculous. Um, but the social media, it really affects it. Not only like because it's addicting, but because I wouldn't say the media itself is toxic, but I would say a lot of people on the media are toxic, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like they kind of they make it toxic.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I think it's also with the people that they follow too. Like, obviously, the platform can't be toxic only because it's a platform and they can't. Instagram can't post. It's like on itself, I guess.
yeah,
Like, but it's the people that are pretty big in the social media area that really can either improve it or ruin it for kids growing up.
yeah,
Uh, I don't like with Snapchat too. I think that is definitely getting a lot of, I guess, younger kids' gateways into like either sending pics that they shouldn't, or like I know a couple of my friends that eventually became like drug addicts because they found people on it on Snapchat like selling stuff. Like it's all crazy.
yeah, and like snap maps too, man. Snap maps are crazy.
Yeah.
This part doesn't really have something to do with mental illness, but I got a story real quick about snap maps. So most of you guys, if not all of you guys, know what a snap map is, so I'm not going to explain. um, so my sister had her location on, let's say about 2.5 months ago, and this guy shows up at my house, and I was like, "Who are you?" He goes, "My name is Josh." Or blah 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 blah. I'm not saying my sister's name and her friend's name. And he goes, "Are they here?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, the other one's not, but let me go get my sister." So I got my sister, and she's talking to him. And then she came back in, they left, and I asked her, I was like, "How did he know where we lived?" This guy followed her location on Snapchat, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me.
Of course.
You gotta be kidding me. If kids are doing that now, like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be so many bodies on my porch when I have kids. I'm gonna cap every single kid, man. I
Yeah.
swear. Well, not literally, but like, I just kind of got upset about that. But like,
Yeah.
really, it's like that's a stalker thing to do. It's like it's one thing to look at someone's location on Snapchat, especially if it's like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, to like make sure, just like you have those suspicions. It's like, are they cheating on me? Let me see
Yeah.
where they are. And
Yeah. And with like friends too. Like I think it's acceptable with friends that you like really know
yeah,
if like just curiosity, like what they doing today and shit.
yeah,
So
exactly. But like, you shouldn't follow anyone's location on Snapchat. I mean,
I
I guess if your significant other is in the process of cheating on you, I'd say that's fine. so you can catch them and get things set straight and break up with them, unlike some people I know. But
Yeah,
yeah, you got that joke, didn't you?
yeah. I'd say yes and no with that. Like,
It's a wobbly, it's a thin line.
only 'cause if I eventually find out, like, I feel like at the end of the day, if your significant other then like cheats on you, at the end of the day, I feel like you're gonna find out. Like, even it might not be that day she cheats, but it might not be in a week, but I feel like you'll find out eventually.
Yeah,
So I feel like there's a thin line of trust that you have to, I guess, withhold because I can't go like track my girlfriend or whatever and try to find her because I have a suspicion that she's cheating on me. And if I find out she's not, and I confront, like, let's say I confront her because I think she's cheating.
yeah,
I can't, but she's like, when I finally track her down and she's not, she's just hanging out with a friend, I'm just gonna look like a giant dick right in front of her friend. Like,
yeah,
I, I don't think that's acceptable through my eyes at least.
yeah.
But
It's something you would have to know, like you would have to know exactly what
yeah,
you're doing at that point in time. And even then, like, it's still iffy to go catch it. But I mean, the way I see it is if you were trying to catch your significant other cheating, if you are wanting to do that, it's either you have someone do it for you or they go look and they go find out and they see their significant other screwing someone else and you saw it
yeah,
and you saw it or you saw the aftermath of it. One, like that's something you got to be ready to deal with. Like I'm not
yeah,
saying don't do it, but I'm not saying do it. But like one, you got to deal with it, and then two, you got to break up with them. And
yeah, for
it's
sure.
gonna be so hard. It's gonna be
Yeah,
difficult, especially if you like really like them or if it's been longer and you really love them. But like, man,
yeah,
like, but first off, or not first off, one thing only. Just don't cheat. Just
yeah,
don't cheat. Ethan and I have an uncle, and every time a discussion about cheating has taken place, he'll look at you and he'll say, if you've thought about it, you've already done it. And
facts.
that, yeah, I mean that's that. If you've thought about it, you've done it. You might
Yeah,
not have physically, but you definitely did mentally. And
yeah,
like there's no way to catch that. That's something you have to fix yourself. No one's going to catch you mentally cheating. Like
yeah, for sure.
you're free to think about whatever you want, but you got to set that direction. So, and
Yeah,
I mean from there it can just get worse. So, cheating, man, that has a lot to do with mental health. I've known people who have been cheated on and got sent to Intermountain because they just couldn't like take it anymore and they tried to kill themselves or I do know one kid in particular that went through with it. I didn't know him very well. So, I mean, it was sad and everything. But like, and I was there for his brother. I did know his brother pretty well. We grew up, but I mean, it's the aftermath, and it's
uh,
disgusting. It's
It really is. Like, I definitely experienced, like, not me personally having a relationship where someone cheats, but I was, I definitely experienced the aftermath of a pretty hard relationship.
yeah, and like you watched it all happen.
Yeah, like it all sucked. But yeah, what would you say was the thing that helped you the most throughout your mental, like trying to deal with your mental illnesses?
I mean, there's a lot of things, man, but the top of my list, music is my therapy. You cannot do any better therapy than that, for me at least. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
really, it's just get my phone, put on what I'm feeling right now, and then listen to it.
Yeah,
Either that or listen to the exact opposite. And that really helps me. It
yeah,
really
for
does.
sure.
So it it calms you down. Not only does it like calm you down, but like it brings in some realization mentally to what's going on and how you can temp tamper with it and fix it. So it's
Yeah,
really good therapy. And if some of you guys in the audience have dealt with depression or social anxiety or like anything else, like I suggest using music if you can't do anything else because it is one of the best things on this planet Earth and it is one of the best things to use as therapy. But
yeah,
and I'm like where are you at on that? I'm pretty sure we're on the same page, yeah?
yeah, yeah. I definitely use music for sure. Like, um, yeah, obviously, song like music doesn't work for everybody, but it works for a lot.
Mhm.
Like, um, I definitely don't know. I think that I said this in the our music podcast too, but I don't think I'd be where I'm at without music. Like, but yeah, on a day-to-day basis, I don't think I could live without music at all.
Yeah,
Like,
me too, man.
what would you say are the top three artists that can that really deliver their mental about all uh their message about mental illness well?
Um
If that makes sense.
um oh man. So I know Kid Cudi talks a lot about that stuff, and I really like Kid Cudi. Um, we everyone recently just found out that R. Kelly, like what he was doing behind the scenes, but like there's a there's a really big reason for it. Like him and his brother were sexually molested by his uncle, and like most people that commit acts like that don't just do it out of nowhere because they want to. It's because like it's happened to them in the past, and for him, like um, he was mad, he was depressed, he was pissed, he didn't know what to do, and
Yeah.
so we know it. Most of us went know it went down there with R. Kelly, but I didn't really listen to him. Oh, sorry, I'm still tired. I didn't really listen to him not much. Let me see. Demi Lovato though. Demi Lovato went through some stuff. She was a heroin
Yeah.
addict, but those are the three people that really I know get their message across. But I've got people that I listen to more so in times of need than those people. like Tech Nine. He's got some stuff that I'll grind to when I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Let me see. Enya, man. Enya is a goddess. Y'all might not like Enya, but dude, Enya's great. It's soothing music, and
Yeah.
like it's super uplifting. And then one more, one more that I listen to. Y'all might think this is weird because it's an 18-year-old listening to classical music that isn't rich and
Yeah, that is weird, bro.
yeah. I listen to Debussy, one song in particular, and it is Clair de Lune. It is the most soothing and beautiful piece that I have heard in my life. And I used to be in orchestra where we would play classical stuff, and I read the scripts and the music sheets on that, and like I was just impressed because it was beautiful,
Yeah.
and I really liked it, and like those are really the three people I listen to when I need it. Either them or I'll throw on some like death metal or some like insane rap. I don't know, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Like, definitely can relate on that.
yeah, what is it for you though? Like the top three artists that you think get their message across?
Um, I, for me at least, it's NF, number one for sure.
Oh man, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. And then Fallen in Reverse. I
Yep.
think they get their message across pretty well. And then I couldn't decide for the third one, but I have, yeah, I'm just gonna do four. There's this guy named Eli. I don't know if you heard much of him, but I really like him. He's a newer artist that I've been listening to recently.
Okay, I'll have to go check them out.
And then Lund.
Oh, dude, Lund.
Yeah, I really like Lund with his music.
Did you listen to that remix he did?
Yeah, Broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm pretty sure I told you about that, but yeah,
that's right,
it's
you
pretty
did.
good.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't really like Lil Sky's part, but everything else was amazing.
I thought it was oh, I thought the whole song was better than the original for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like even Little Sky's part.
Yeah,
Like, even though I really do like the original with it.
yeah,
So,
me too, man.
but yeah, those are my top artists and like who deliver their message about mental illness across very well. Like I want to say, no, I'd say they're probably up there in just delivery too.
Yeah,
But yeah, those I guess four people are like pretty dope through my eyes at least.
yeah. I mean, and I haven't heard of Eli, but those other three artists are really good, and I really enjoy all of their stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, we should probably start doing this later.
Probably.
But yeah. So what? You don't have to get into your challenges throughout your life, but do you think those challenges have definitely helped you? Like,
Um,
I want, I guess helped you throughout your life in a way that you didn't realize until later.
yeah, yeah, yes and no. So, one of the biggest challenges I've had to face was death. Okay.
Yeah,
And like I really think about it almost every day. I've got a bracelet around my wrist that reminds me of it every day. Okay? And it's not a bad thing that I think about it and that it reminds me of it because to me oh man, it's hard to explain. It's just like you look at it, and when you look at it, you're like, is that going to happen to me?
Yeah.
Is that going to happen to me? And if so, why? Why? And I don't want a part of it. Really. Like, I don't want to die. I used to. I used to every single day. But
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to die right now. I've got things going. I'm working on myself. Um, like, really. And death is a hard thing. Death is so difficult, man, to go through with. Like, and I know a lot of people have been through that part of the town hall, but I mean death, man. And I've been through it more more than 5 times. Yeah, about 7 times. Like, I'm not gonna dig deeper in this podcast than that, just because they all have families, and I don't want to say names or say what happened. But man, 7 people.
Uh,
That's what I cope with. And I'm not like using that to brag, like, oh, I cope with 7 deaths every day. It's like, no, seriously,
yeah, for sure.
I deal with that. That is my life. But
Yeah, it's definitely something people have to deal with if, like, especially since I won't say, like, death is definitely a common thing, sadly. Like, we all have to go through it at some point in our lives.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but for people with mental illnesses, it can be way more challenging than people know. And, like, it's hard to, because I don't know about you, but I hide it. I say it fairly well.
yeah,
And, like, even if I don't, I still won't get into it. Like, so death is a very hard thing to go through.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
cause I know, like, I had to quit my job for because someone I knew died unexpectedly, and it was just out of nowhere and very hard to cope with. Like, um, but yeah, I definitely feel you when when you're talking about death and all that.
yeah, yeah, man. Oh, this is a sad podcast. Let's hope our viewers don't drop us. Our
Yeah, for sure.
like 5 viewers, probably.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta ask though, is your girl one of them?
One of our viewers?
Yeah.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it pulled up on her feed the other day. So,
You know, let's have her comment at the end of the video.
yeah,
Let's confirm it. Let's confirm it.
okay. You know what? I'm gonna do this now. If you are listening, my kind, loving girlfriend, right now, I want you to call me when you listen to this podcast and tell me that you heard me ask this question, okay? Well, not this question, just told you what to do basically online. But just call me after the podcast and tell me that you heard it. if you're listening. If not, there's some. No, I'm playing. If not,
Add no line. Relationship's over right after this.
oh man. Yeah, no, there's no barriers. I don't really care if you don't listen. Like, it's gonna hurt my feelings, but I'll get over it. It's fine. Stop messing with my mental illness, babe. That's
Yeah.
okay because I have it and I can joke about it. So
Yeah.
if y'all think that was insensitive, you can just stop.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like, so, yeah, how do you think mental illnesses has changed your life for better or for worse?
honestly, for better. For better is it's a hard thing to say, but I really think like it's helping me move up or move past. So
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Uh,
yeah,
I don't know if I would say, yeah, I don't know if it has changed for the better or for worse. For me, at least. Like, only because I want to say for better, but deep down, I feel like I probably would have been happier, most likely, if wasn't diagnosed, or if I didn't have these mental disorders.
yeah,
Like, only because if I don't know if you and I know we've talked about mental illnesses before, but I know recently I have been discovering something, I guess, and not. I've just been realizing some stuff recently where first off, with my bipolar, my grandpa actually explained this very well since he's a counselor and he works with people pretty much daily with these mental illnesses. But
oh yeah,
yeah, he talks about how we're talking about bipolar and the different like ranges, I guess, or like the different types of people with bipolar, and not every person diagnosed with bipolar are the same. Like, I know we have an aunt that's diagnosed for bipolar, and I'm pretty sure the Tate side is where I get it from for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, so bipolar normally, if you think about it as, I guess, a straight line, and then there's your mental illnesses, or your bipolar going up and crossing each side of the line, and the top half is, I guess, happy, the happy emotion, and the bottom part is more sad, and it's you crossing the line, pretty much, is how he described it, and that's like the normal diagnosis for bipolar. And then there are some people, which this is me, where so that line represents like I guess more normal or like more, how do I want to put it? I guess more you. Like, so I am at the part where I'm just floating at the bottom, going up and down, and I don't really see the brighter days, at least not as much as normal people, I guess.
yeah,
So I rarely cross that line to like pure happiness, like only because I guess I can put up a front and say I'm happy or say I'm okay when it really like when I'm really just telling a lie, pretty much. Like, and another thing is, I had a conversation with, I think it's my mom, a couple months ago, talking about my past and like about depression and all that, and I'm 99% positive that I don't really have that chemical for excitement.
Really?
So, yeah, only because the question has always bothered me. Like, are you excited?
Yeah.
Uh, like, I I honestly have never, for the longest time, haven't remembered excitement. Like, that's why I always give like the monotone response to that. Like I guess I don't know how to respond to when people ask if I'm excited.
Hmm.
Like I I can't be excited. Like, yeah, it's pretty much I can't be excited if I have no clue what excitement is. Like how how would you respond to that if you had never felt excitement? Like, and someone came up to you and asked if you're excited for something.
Out front, I'd be like, yeah. And then in my head, I'd be like, what the hell is excitement?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
really?
that's you can tell. Like even Leslie, our aunt, we were planning a cruise, and she responded to. I was answering a question, and I think she asked if I was excited. I said yeah, just because that's my default response, and she said, I can hear that in your monotone voice too. Um, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I've always had a monotone response to that. Cause if if I'm supposed to be excited for something that everybody else is excited for, then I just shut off. Cause I have no clue
Yeah.
how how that goes or whatever. And I've done a lot of fun things throughout my life, and I guess my mindset is go and do that fun thing.
Yeah.
Not I don't think there's a point in where I need to mentally prepare myself to be happy, to be like I guess excited. Like I don't need to prep myself to be excited for
Yeah.
that trip. Well, I think the main reason why I don't feel excitement, which is this is all coming to me now, is where there's a lot of things in my life where they haven't all fallen through, like giant plans or whatever, or past relationships,
Yeah.
and where I can't, I don't feel excited for the future because I know the future isn't 100% what we imagine it.
Yeah.
Because if it was, then yes, I bet I'd feel excitement. But I've had a lot of stuff in my life where I was excited, I guess, in a sense, where I was excited for a giant vacation that I had planned out, and then people backed out and
Yeah.
screwed it all for me. Like, so I think it's gotten to the point where people have bashed my hopes for the future, where I don't need to, I guess, get so hyped over it. That all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that really does make sense. I mean, I think the most excited I've seen you was either on the Samurai at Lagoon or when you showed up here for the Super Bowl. Because you were pretty pumped for that,
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
yeah, the Super Bowl was definitely, I was pretty hyped for that.
Yeah, and then the ending sucked, and
Yeah,
we all had our
yeah,
angers and moments.
yeah. I, I'll always hate Patrick Mahomes for that game. Like, that, I hated that game.
Hey, man.
Like, have you seen those memes where where it's the caption was yeah, when he thought the year started off crappy by almost going into World War III, but it really when it started to win, and it showed Patrick Mahomes holding the Super Bowl trophy.
That's great.
Like, but yeah, you think I was pretty excited or hyped or whatever when I wrote Samurai?
Yeah, like for the first
Oh,
time, you looked like hella jittery, and you were like, "Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready."
are you talking about? Is it not Cannibal?
No, Samurai.
Yeah. Only
Sa-
because I remember hating that right afterwards.
oh yeah, yeah, I know, but you were excited at first, or like close.
Yeah,
You were close.
yeah. Like, well, I remember hating it afterwards because I ate a Subway foot long before it,
Oh, that sounds
and
fun.
yeah, it it sucked. That whole thing was miserable.
Yeah, man. Remember though? Remember Cannibal though, and what we did at Cannibal?
What was that?
Remember what we did at the Cannibal?
Oh yeah, the first time it opened.
Yep, we got everybody to clap for no reason.
Yeah,
Everyone was just clapping, and we were like, "Oh, okay." We started that.
yeah. That whole thing was funny. Like it was one. It was the first year that I opened, and is you, your brother, and I just all randomly started clapping
Clapping.
and yeah, clapping, and everybody's just started to join on, and it's like people have done it after us too. Like I've been a
Yeah,
couple times where people just started clapping, and like it was fun.
I think it's funny though because we got the employees going in on it too. Like they were clapping too. They were like, "Why are we clapping?" And everyone else was like, "I don't know." Okay,
Uh,
let's keep clapping.
yeah, not all employees. 'Cause I remember there's some employees that were pretty pissed
Yeah,
since it's too noisy.
which was funny.
Yeah. Um, but remember when we sung "Happy Birthday" to Grandma?
I think that was the same day.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. But I remember every time we went back to go ride the cannibal, they were still clapping.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that was like a highlight for sure. That was fun.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, I think we're about done. I I got to all the points I want to talk about. So
Yeah, I mean, me too, man. So,
yeah, we kind of left it off on a good note. So
yeah,
for this video, everything will be linked down in the description, like for our Instagram and our email. And if you guys want to send us anything for like upcoming topics or just for our like future plans with the podcast, like I said, we are posting. We're gonna start posting twice a week, every Monday and Friday. So,
yeah.
anything you want to add, Ian?
Just remember, if you send in a topic and we decide to use that topic, we will give you a shout out on any social media platform, on the episode for that topic. So, yeah, like and subscribe, man.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.